One evening, a family in Indonesia reviewed footage from a bedroom security camera installed to watch over their elderly grandmother. While her young grandson relaxed nearby, the grandmother suddenly became uneasy, staring into empty corners and whispering that several unknown women were standing around the room. Assuming she was confused because of her age, the boy ignored her warning. Moments later, something terrifying happened. Take a look. An unseen force appeared to pull him across the bed, lifting his leg as if invisible hands had grabbed him. Terrified, he rushed out of the room and called the rest of the family. When everyone reviewed the security footage, they were shocked to see the strange movement for themselves. The family was left questioning whether an unseen presence had been hiding in the room all along. Before we jump into the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your support. A man recently uploaded a disturbing video claiming something unexplainable has been happening inside his newly built apartment. According to him, the strange activity began only weeks after moving in. At first, he assumed it was just a faulty door handle, but after witnessing the same event over and over again, he decided to record it.
This has been happening ever since we've moved in. Ever since we've been moved in, this has been happening. It's a brand new building. I don't get it. Happens that often. The handle is even loose. Really fed up with this. It's all the time at the moment.
As the camera rolls, the doorknob behind him suddenly starts shaking violently, as if someone on the other side is desperately trying to get in. Expecting to find a visitor, he immediately opens the door, but the hallway is completely empty. There are no footsteps, no voices, and no sign that anyone was ever there. So, what do you think? A simple coincidence, or did the camera capture something far more unsettling? A man was filming his large home aquarium to show off a few new fish he had recently added. While introducing each fish, something completely unexpected appeared.
Guys, got some new fish. Pretty big tank as well. There's currently 2 black ones, 2 gold ones. I've called them Goldie number 2, a black one, and if you guys have any suggestions for names that... What the What the
For only a brief moment, what looked like a pale human hand pressed against the outside of the aquarium glass before instantly pulling away. Startled, he spun around to see who was there, but the room was empty. According to him, he was home alone, making the incident difficult to explain. The unsettling moment didn't end there. Over the following nights, he began hearing loud knocks and heavy footsteps echoing through the house after midnight. Curious but uneasy, he decided to record himself while waiting for the sounds to return.
Guys, so I just thought I'd record a video. I'm home alone. I've been hearing like occasional like banging noises every few days. It's quite late at night. It's like about 1 a.m. now. I heard a couple of sort of banging. Sometimes it sounds like footsteps, like in the last 10 minutes. Sorry, my camera, by the way, keeps defocusing. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any. Hell.
Seconds later, an unidentified object suddenly rushed down the stairs toward him,
Hell.
forcing him to back away in panic. Whether it was an elaborate prank, clever editing, or something genuinely unexplained remains a mystery, leaving viewers to decide what really happened. A surveillance-style recording from years ago shows 2 teenage girls practicing a dance routine for an upcoming performance. They set up a camera to review their choreography later, expecting nothing more than a normal practice session. While watching the footage back, however, they noticed something completely missed in real time. Take a look. For only a split second, a dark, human-shaped figure appears in the background, rushing across the room at an unnatural speed before disappearing out of frame. Neither girl reacts during the recording, suggesting they never saw it. Some viewers believe it was just a lighting illusion or camera glitch, while others are convinced the video captured something far more unsettling. What do you think really crossed behind them? The first video comes from a woman named Jessica, who claims something unsettling happened just days after her mother's death. After spending years battling serious health problems, Jessica's mother sadly passed away in the hospital. A few nights later, Jessica was alone in her bedroom when her television suddenly switched itself off.
What in the hell? No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Stop. What the fuck? Stop! Answer the fucking phone. Hello? Hello?
It didn't record it.
I'm gonna fucking die. It just turned back on. It just turned back on, and I'm gonna turn it off. The fucking remote's right in front of me, Danielle.
Answer.
Okay. I gotta get out of here. I gotta turn the light off all the way over here. How am I gonna do this?
Well, you're on the phone with me.
She turned it back on, but only seconds later it happened again. The strange cycle continued several times, leaving her terrified. While speaking to a family member on the phone, Jessica remembered her mother once joking that unusual events after her passing could be a sign from the other side. Convinced something was trying to reach her, Jessica fled the house. Was it simply a faulty television, or was something far more mysterious taking place? During a routine night shift, several security guards at a factory were alerted after one guard reported unusual movement near a restricted section of the property. Assuming it was an intruder, the team carefully approached the dark area to investigate. Have a look. As they searched, the guard in front suddenly froze and signaled everyone behind him to stop. A few seconds later, a strange white mist-like figure appeared from the darkness. It seemed to glide rapidly across the ground before changing direction and disappearing without a trace. Later, and were shocked to discover the same mysterious figure had been captured on camera. With no logical explanation for what they witnessed, many believed they had encountered something that wasn't human. For weeks, a man named Lucas and his roommate had been disturbed by strange noises echoing through their house late at night. They often heard footsteps coming from upstairs, even when every room had already been checked. At first, they blamed the old building, but the unexplained sounds kept returning, becoming impossible to ignore. Determined to find the source, Lucas grabbed his phone and began documenting everything. Have a look.
Alors, on vient de mettre pause au film, ça a couru à l'étage, et ça bouge de ouf. Lucas, tu vas voir.
C'est grave chelou que ça bouge sans rien. Ça va se casser la gueule.
C'est hyper flippant.
Ça s'arrête pas, hein.
Faut qu'on aille voir.
Vas-y.
Je t'attends en bas. Hein.
Cool. Bah viens avec moi.
C'était une blague. Merde, ta chambre. C'est déjà bien flippant.
La chambre rouge.
Ok, donc là il y a Mimi qui nous a rejoint. Donc là on est sur le reportage maison hantée. Je tiens à préciser qu'on a entendu quelqu'un littéralement courir à l'étage. C'était pas le chat évidemment, il était vers nous. Et on n'a rien dans la chambre.
As they carefully searched the second floor, they discovered a closet door standing open despite being certain it had been closed earlier. They inspected every corner but found nothing unusual. Moments after leaving the room, heavy footsteps echoed above them once again. Just watch.
Normalement une porte ouverte. Ce qui est.
Ouais, bah, normalement c'est le placard qui est fermé. C'est le placard où j'ai mis tout le bordel que j'ai emménagé.
Followed by a loud bang from inside. They rushed back, only to find the room completely empty. Even the family cat appeared nervous, staring toward the closet as if it sensed something unseen. Later, Lucas installed a security camera in the room. When he reviewed the footage the following morning, the closet door slowly swung open by itself without anyone entering. Take a look. A natural explanation or something far more unsettling remains entirely up to the viewer. Masio works at a church that also has a funeral home filled with coffins. Over time, he began noticing strange and unsettling things happening inside the building. He would hear unexplained noises, feel sudden cold drafts, and sense that he was not alone. But one particular day, something happened that terrified him more than anything. Take a look.
Lo que nos está pasando aquí en la FUNE, llegó un cuerpo aquí a pues embalsamar, lo están preparando, ya lo terminaron. Pues, se han estado escuchando cosas raras, se han empezado a ver pues así como sombras, como no sé, algo muy raro que normalmente no pasa aquí. Pues está solo, como podemos ver, no hay nadie. No hay nadie. Y pues se han estado escuchando así como que cosillas raras.
While he was inside the funeral home, a coffin lid suddenly began to move on its own.
Miren, como tenemos rato escuchando ruidos aquí en esta zona. Si vemos, pues está solo. Y creemos que pues hay algo aquí, porque pues se empiezan a mover así como que medio raro. Miren cómo se mueve, miren cómo se mueve. No hay nada. Está mi compañero, pero pues si vemos estamos solos.
As if something inside was pushing against it. Shocked and frightened, Masio quickly rushed over and opened the coffin. To his horror, it was completely empty. A few days later, the fear returned. While he was in the basement, he heard strange whispers and disturbing sounds echoing through the darkness. He began recording Watch closely.
Estamos aquí en la funeraria, otra vez, con ruidos raros. Entonces, pues, está solo. Ahora sí. ¿Cuál pinche que se ve? Que nada. Estoy solo a la chingada. A la chingada. No mames.
Now Masio believes something paranormal may be haunting the funeral home. Many people have warned him to leave the job before whatever is there decides to follow him home. A paranormal investigation team explored an abandoned house, rumored to be linked to a violent past. From the moment they entered, they felt an uneasy, heavy presence while recording inside one of the rooms. Their camera captured A door slowly opened on its own, and a dark humanoid shadow briefly appeared in the doorway. The room was completely visible, with no furniture or hiding places where a person could have been standing. To rule out any explanation, the team searched the entire house and checked outside, but found no one. The most unsettling part came later, when the investigators claimed the strange activity didn't stop after they left. According to them, whatever they encountered inside the house followed them home, leaving behind a chilling question. Was it ever truly tied to the house at all?
Okay.
Old Cathedral High School in Los Angeles, California, has a disturbing past. Late one Friday night, a janitor was working alone during the quiet night shift. The hallways were empty, and the building felt unnaturally cold. While cleaning up after a student party, he noticed something strange inside one classroom. A single red balloon floating near the ceiling. Take a look.
All right, I usually don't record while I'm on the job, but this is freaking me out. It's sort of unreal. I'm here at work. I'm here in the janitor's closet. Yeah, let me just show you guys. All right. Just to, I don't know, let you guys know this school was built on the cemetery. I don't know if that helps my situation or not, but previous janitors that have worked here have tried to tell everyone that, you know, every night something happens, some spooky, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I didn't really believe them until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And do your thing, you stupid balloon. I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there. Just ooh, okay. See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh. No, I can't.
At first, he thought it was harmless, but then the balloon began to move, slowly drifting in his direction. No matter where he walked, the balloon seemed to follow, gliding out of the classroom and into the hallway, as if it had a mind of its own. The janitor nervously began recording, trying to convince himself it was just air currents. But then, through a distant window, he spotted a dark shadow dart past. Terrified, he showed the footage to a security guard, who was left speechless.
You see how
it's falling out the classroom too?
Look at the back though. Look at the class with the light.
What the
I'm not crazy. You saw that, right?
Nah, bro. Nah, man.
How long you been working security here, man? How long you been working security?
I've been here a few months, but bro, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Was it just a coincidence, or something still haunting the school?
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment. See you in the next one.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 25 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The first story we'll be taking a look at today comes to us from the TikTok account jack-o'-lantern-stories and features an alleged poltergeist encounter. The video begins with the homeowner standing at the top of a staircase, while strange knocking noises can be heard coming from somewhere downstairs. Curious about where the sounds are coming from, he heads downstairs to investigate. He also makes it clear that he's home alone, meaning there shouldn't be anyone else in the house making the noises. As he approaches the kitchen, he calls out hello before things take a very strange turn.
Can hear banging coming from downstairs. It woke me up this morning, but there shouldn't be anybody down here. Hello? Oh my god. Hello? Hello? What the Will, you okay? Hello? Oh my god, what's going on?
Out of nowhere, a wine glass is sent crashing to the floor. Just a few seconds later, a coffee cup on the table appears to move on its own. Then, as if that wasn't enough, a faint mumbling voice can be heard on the recording, adding one final layer of mystery to the incident.
Hello?
The combination of the knocking sounds, the moving objects, and the strange voice is what makes this clip stand out from many other alleged hauntings online. Of course, not everyone is convinced. The video has an old film-style filter applied over the footage, which certainly makes it feel less authentic. Some viewers also believe the entire incident could have been staged. Even so, the combination of the events captured in such a short span of time is what keeps people debating the clip. Interestingly, the uploader mentions in the description that he owns a fairly large collection of allegedly haunted artifacts. Whether that has anything to do with what was captured here is impossible to say, but it's certainly an intriguing detail. So what do you think happened inside this house? Was something paranormal making its presence known, or is there another side to the story? Let me know your theories in the comments. Over on TikTok, a user known as The Black Orchard Films posted a video in June of 2026 in which he explains that he was simply sitting on the couch one afternoon, getting ready to watch some TV. What started out as a completely ordinary moment quickly became something much stranger when he happened to notice something in the reflection of the television screen.
Is it? Am I tripping or is that? There's someone sitting on my couch, but like, there's no one there. What? But like, there's no one there. There's no one on the couch. Oh my god, it's gone.
As you can see, the reflection appears to show a dark, human-shaped figure sitting on the couch. The uploader immediately turns around to check behind him, only to reveal that the couch is completely empty. What's especially interesting is what happens next. After showing the couch, he turns back toward the television, but this time the figure is gone. In the description of the video, the uploader writes, quote, "The house is old, located in Appalachia, with the creaks and shadows typical of older homes. That afternoon, light and the angle of the TV screen created a clear reflective surface. Still, the reflection looked like more than a trick of light. Its timing and placement felt deliberate and out of place in an empty space." End quote. The main skeptical argument here is that the video was staged in some way. Beyond that, there really isn't much else to go on, as the figure appears clearly in the reflection and then vanishes by the time the uploader looks back. Whether you believe it's paranormal or not, it's definitely the kind of clip that makes you want to watch it a second time. So what do you think was captured in the TV screen that day? Was there really something sitting on the couch, or is there another side to the story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Reddit user Runs With Scissors posted a video to his account a few months ago showcasing a piece of home security camera footage that was recorded late at night outside the front of his house. The video begins relatively uneventfully, with everything appearing calm and quiet on what seems to be a completely ordinary night. But before long, something strange happens. Right around here, the gate leading onto the porch can be seen opening by itself before eventually closing again. What's especially interesting is that, according to the uploader, the gate is secured with a latch and isn't supposed to open unless the latch is first released. As if that wasn't strange enough, the swing can later be seen moving on its own, while a series of odd noises can be heard somewhere in the distance. The combination of the gate, the swing, and the unexplained sounds is what has left many viewers wondering exactly what was happening outside the house that night. Of course, there could be a more ordinary explanation behind some of what we're seeing, but if the uploader is correct about the gate requiring the latch to be released first, that detail certainly makes the footage more difficult to explain. Whatever happened here, it's easy to see why the homeowner found the footage unsettling after reviewing it. So what do you think was captured on this security camera? Was something unseen wandering around the property, or is there another explanation for the strange activity? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. On August 14th, 2023, a TikTok user known as Mima Giovanna posted video to her account showing her and a friend standing outside late at night. For most of the clip, the two appear to be having a conversation while the camera records the area around them. Everything seems completely normal at first, but then something unusual suddenly enters the frame.
Malam ini indah sekali, guys. Tapi kalau di sini nggak kelihatan ada bulan sama bintang.
Right around the 9-second mark, a small white figure can be seen darting across the street at high speed, causing Mima to immediately react in shock before the video cuts off moments later. Because the object moves so quickly and the footage is fairly blurry, it's difficult to get a clear look at exactly what was captured. Even so, whatever it is appears to be both very small and very fast. Naturally, there are a number of possible explanations. Some viewers believe the clip may show something paranormal, while others think it could be an animal or another small object passing by quickly and creating an unusual effect. Unfortunately, the footage is simply too brief to draw any firm conclusions. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly one of those clips that makes you replay it a few times just to make sure you saw what you thought you saw. So what do you think flew across the street that night? Was it something ordinary caught at a strange angle, or something much harder to explain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The official United States Department of War website recently released another UAP video to the public, and this one is definitely going to catch the attention of anyone interested in unexplained aerial phenomena. The footage was reportedly captured over Greece in January of 2024. For the first few seconds, the screen is split into two different views, with one side showing electro-optical footage and the other showing shortwave infrared footage. Take a look and see what was captured. According to the official report, the video was submitted by United States Central Command to Arrow and shows an unidentified anomalous phenomenon captured by a US military platform. What makes this one especially interesting is how the object was described. In a mission report, the UAP was reportedly described as diamond-shaped and moving at around 434 knots, which is roughly 803 kilometers per hour. The observer also claimed the object was only detectable through the shortwave infrared sensor. For anyone interested in UAP sightings, this is the kind of footage that's bound to spark a lot of discussion. The speed, shape, and the fact that it apparently only appeared through one sensor make it feel particularly unusual. Without more context, it's difficult to know exactly what was captured here. But whether you're a believer or a skeptic, it's certainly an intriguing video. So what do you make of this one? Could this be something truly unexplained, or is there another possibility behind what was recorded? On September 28, 2024, a TikTok user known as Synestia posted a video showing a strange experience inside her home. The footage begins with her quietly making her way through the house while recording on her phone. The reason quickly becomes apparent as a series of unusual noises can be heard coming from somewhere inside. Trying to figure out where they're coming from, she follows the sounds until they lead her to the bathroom. As she approaches the doorway, she notices the shower curtain moving on its own while the strange noises continue. Assuming whatever is making the sounds must be hiding behind it, she pulls the curtain back to investigate. But when she looks inside the shower, there's nothing. It's a simple moment, but the combination of the unexplained noises and the moving shower curtain is enough to make the clip surprisingly unsettling. Of course, there could be a more ordinary explanation behind what happened. Without seeing more of the room or knowing what happened afterward, it's impossible to say for certain. Whatever caused the curtain to move, it's easy to understand why the uploader felt uneasy enough to start recording in the first place. So what do you think was inside the bathroom that day? Was it something supernatural, or was there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. On April 4th, 2020, a TikTok user named Lauren Rose posted a video to her account after noticing her pet cat behaving very strangely. The cat appears to be fixated on something just beyond the couch. Judging by its body language, it clearly seems uncomfortable, almost as if it's watching something Lauren can't see. Then, a few seconds later, something unusual appears in the background.
Okay. So look at him. Oh my god.
Right behind the couch, what appears to be a dark figure can be seen slowly walking across the room before disappearing out of view. Lauren immediately reacts with an "oh my god," but otherwise manages to stay surprisingly calm considering what she had just witnessed. The timing of the figure's appearance, combined with the cat's behavior beforehand, is what many viewers found especially unsettling. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some believe the clip could have been staged, while others see it as one of the more intriguing ghost videos posted online. Unfortunately, Lauren never shared any follow-up videos explaining what happened afterward, leaving the entire incident unresolved. So what do you think walked through Lauren's house that day? Was it simply a clever hoax, or did her cat really sense something lurking in the background? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A TikTok user known as Andy V Official posted a video to his account back in March of 2025 after an unsettling experience he says happened to him in the city of Chilca, Peru. The video begins with Andy speaking directly to the camera before it cuts to a second clip showing the location where the incident allegedly took place. Then, at around the 38-second mark, what appears to be a long, arm-like limb from an unknown creature suddenly comes into view before the video cuts off abruptly. The moment is so brief that it's difficult to make out exactly what we're looking at, but it's certainly enough to explain why Andy ended the recording shortly afterward. Some viewers believe the clip could show some kind of unknown creature emerging from the water, while others think there may be a more ordinary explanation. A few have even suggested the entire video could have been staged. Whatever the case may be, it's one of those clips that's intriguing simply because it's so difficult to identify what appears on screen. Thankfully, Andy seems to have gotten away unharmed, considering he was later able to upload the footage to TikTok. So what do you think emerged from the water that day? Was it an unknown creature, or is there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A man named Adam Mawson posted a video to his TikTok account in which he explains that the footage you're about to see was originally filmed back in 1991 inside his parents' house. According to Adam, he never believed in ghosts before moving into the home, but after experiencing a number of disturbing incidents over the years, he and several friends decided to investigate. They set up a video camera on a tripod in each room of the house for 1 hour at a time, while everyone left the property, hoping to capture something unusual. When they reviewed the recordings, one tape stood out from all the others. The footage appears to show a dark, human-shaped figure sitting in a chair before it suddenly stands up, walks across the room, and eventually disappears from view. Adam says he didn't actually discover the figure until later that night while reviewing the tapes by himself. He recalls being home alone at the time, with the bathroom scene in the footage located directly across from his bedroom, making the experience one of the most frightening moments of his life. He also says he later researched the history of the property and discovered that the houses on the street had reportedly been built over part of an old cemetery. In addition, he claims a wool sorting mill once stood on the site, where a fire in the late 1940s tragically claimed the lives of 14 child workers. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some viewers believe the footage could simply be an elaborate hoax, while others consider it one of the more compelling ghost videos to come out of the early 1990s. More than 30 years later, Adam still says he doesn't know exactly what was captured on camera that day. So what do you think was wandering around that old house? Was it really the so-called Barbie Place shadow ghost, or is there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. TikTok user I Am Unforgettable posted a video to their account in May of 2026, claiming they had been awake for 3 straight days because they were too afraid to fall asleep after noticing something inside their bedroom. At first, that might sound like an exaggeration, but after seeing what they claim was in the room with them, it's a bit easier to understand why they were so frightened. Take a look. Right behind the bedroom door, what appears to be a figure with long dark hair can be seen peeking around the corner, seemingly watching the uploader from across the room. The figure never fully steps into view, but the brief glimpse is enough to make for a very unsettling moment. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some viewers believe the entire clip could simply have been staged. Even so, it's easy to see why the video quickly caught people's attention online. Hopefully, whatever the uploader believed they saw that night never appeared again. So what do you think was hiding behind the bedroom door? Was it simply a clever hoax or something much harder to explain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. On September 6, 2011, a man named Santiago Martinez uploaded a video to his YouTube channel showing a strange object moving through the sky over an undisclosed location. From the very beginning, it's clear that Santiago is already focused on something overhead, suggesting he had noticed the object before he even started recording. Take a look.
Ahí hay otro. Que estando, mira. Mira, mira. Mira otro.
Throughout the footage, 2 bright objects can be seen moving steadily across the sky. At first, they appear as distant lights, but as Santiago zooms in, they no longer look like simple dots. Instead, each object seems to have a distinct, almost structured appearance. Though it's impossible to tell whether that's the actual shape of the objects, or simply an artifact caused by the camera's heavy zoom. At one point, a second object with a very similar appearance enters the frame, making the sighting even more intriguing. Unfortunately, the video doesn't provide much additional context, so we're left to judge the footage on its own. Some viewers believe the objects could be genuine unidentified aerial phenomena, while others suggest the unusual appearance is simply the result of the camera's zoom and the limitations of the equipment. With such limited information, it's impossible to say for certain. Even after more than 14 years, the clip continues to leave viewers wondering exactly what Santiago managed to capture that day. So what do you think these bright objects were? Were they truly unexplained, or is there another way to interpret what we're seeing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Back in March of 2012, a man named Ryan Halsey uploaded a video to his YouTube channel claiming that he was home alone one day while his parents were out when he began hearing a series of strange noises coming from elsewhere in the house. Unsure of what was making the sounds, Ryan decided to grab his phone and start recording as he cautiously searched each room. For a while, everything appears perfectly normal.
What the f? This is what I mean. Crazy shit. Is it like I've been... Hello? Oh, I swear to I seen something. Right, yep.
Then, at around the 35-second mark, what appears to be a dark figure suddenly darts up the staircase, causing Ryan to yell in panic before quickly retreating. Whether it was a shadow, a person, or something else entirely, the moment is over almost as quickly as it begins, making it difficult to tell exactly what was captured. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some viewers believe the entire video could have been staged, while others think Ryan's reaction seems genuine. The video is appropriately titled WTF is in my home, and judging by Ryan's reaction, it's safe to say he had no idea what he had just witnessed. So what do you think ran up those stairs? Was it simply a clever hoax, a home intruder, or something far more difficult to explain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A YouTube channel known as Dad's Always Right uploaded a piece of home security camera footage that was recorded inside their Denver home on March 25th, 2023. The video begins peacefully, showing a baby fast asleep in its crib, while the child's father sleeps in a bed right beside it. Everything seems completely normal, until this happens. Out of nowhere, the bedroom door suddenly swings open on its own. A few moments later, it slowly swings shut again, all without anyone getting out of bed. The movement of the door is what makes the clip so intriguing. It doesn't simply drift open and stay there. It opens before eventually closing again, almost as if someone had passed through the doorway. Of course, not everyone agrees on what happened. Some believe there could be a perfectly ordinary explanation, while others feel the footage may have been staged. Thankfully, neither the father nor the baby appears to wake up or be harmed in any way. So what do you think caused the bedroom door to move like that? Was it simply something mundane, or was there really an unseen presence inside the room? Reddit user DrySelection421 shared a video to the True Cryptozoology subreddit that was reportedly filmed in Argentina back in 2010. The footage is extremely grainy and low quality, but according to the post, the videographer was recording outside at night after noticing something unusual wandering around near their neighborhood. Take a look.
Boludo. No sé tanto. Igual voy con esto. Ya fue, macho. Vamos, vámonos acá. Macho, mira, se está viniendo para acá. Está cruzando la calle, macho. Se fue.
As you can see, what appears to be a small humanoid figure can be seen walking through the street before eventually disappearing from view. Because of the video's low quality, it's difficult to make out many details, but the figure's proportions and movement have led to plenty of speculation over the years. One of the most popular theories is that the figure could be a duende. In Latin American folklore, a duende is a small human-like supernatural being, often compared to a dwarf, gnome, or leprechaun. Stories about duendes vary from region to region, but they are frequently described as mischievous creatures that appear unexpectedly before vanishing just as quickly. Some viewers believe the footage could simply be an elaborate hoax, while others argue the poor video quality makes it impossible to determine what was actually recorded. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly one of those videos that's difficult to forget once you've seen it. Was it really a legendary duende, or is there another explanation? Let me know your theories in the comments down below. Over on TikTok, a woman known as Malina123 explains that her son had experienced several strange incidents over the years, but until now, he'd only ever been able to tell her about them, because nothing had been caught on camera. That finally changed when he managed to record what he claims was his latest encounter on his phone. Take a look. The footage shows Malina's son filming outside before slowly panning the camera to the left. Suddenly, a pale face with short, dark hair can be seen peeking out from behind an object, causing him to scream and immediately run away. It's a very brief moment, but the figure is visible long enough to leave quite an impression. According to Malina, neither she nor her son has any idea what was captured that day. If this wasn't simply someone hiding nearby, it's certainly a difficult clip to explain. Of course, one could also argue that the video was staged. With footage this short, it's impossible to completely rule out the possibility that someone was intentionally hiding there to create a scare. Whatever the case may be, it's easy to understand why the encounter frightened Malina's son so much. So what do you think was peeking out from behind the object that day? Was it someone playing a prank or something much more mysterious? For this next entry, we're taking a look at another one of the recently released UAP videos, published on the United States Department of War website. The footage, designated DOW UAP PR056, was reportedly captured in 2024 by an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform, before eventually being submitted to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW for short. As with many of the videos included in the release, very little additional information was provided beyond the footage itself. Take a look. The video shows a bright object over the water that appears to pulse as it moves through the scene. As the recording continues, the object also seems to pick up speed, making for a particularly intriguing sequence. According to the accompanying documentation, the object was described as pulsing, which matches what appears to be visible in the footage. Unfortunately, there's very little context surrounding the incident, making it difficult to determine exactly what the sensor recorded. One could argue that the unusual appearance and motion are simply the result of the infrared sensor or the way the object is being tracked. On the other hand, the footage has remained unresolved, leaving the door open to plenty of speculation. Whatever the explanation may be, it's another fascinating addition to the recent collection of officially released UAP videos. So what do you think was recorded over the water that day? Was it simply an ordinary object viewed under unusual conditions, or something truly unidentified? This next clip is one I actually featured on my channel several years ago, but I thought it would be interesting to revisit it since it's been such a long time and many newer viewers have probably never seen it before. The footage was uploaded to a YouTube channel known as Best Horror Videos in 2015. Although judging by the camera quality, it appears to have been filmed several years earlier. The video begins with a group of friends hanging around a campfire near an abandoned house. Everything seems perfectly normal until one of them notices something moving nearby. He asks his friend for a flashlight before deciding to investigate.
Frank, pogne la flashlight. Vite, pogne la flashlight. Fuck, c'était quoi? C'est où?
Right around here, if you look carefully, you can make out what appears to be a head briefly peeking out from behind the abandoned building before disappearing again. Unsure of what he just saw, the cameraman continues searching the area. Then, a few moments later,
Les choses là. Oh shit. You. Attention.
Hey, c'est pas drôle, c'est quoi? Laisse aller, hein.
C'est où? Il est dans l'eau.
the mysterious head appears once again, peeking out from almost the exact same spot before quickly disappearing from view. Unfortunately, very little is known about the origins of this footage. We don't know where exactly it was filmed or who the people in the video were, only that they were exploring near an abandoned house when this strange encounter allegedly took place. It could be argued that someone was simply hiding behind the building as part of an elaborate prank. At the same time, the genuine reactions from the group have led others to wonder whether they really did stumble across something they couldn't explain. Whatever the truth may be, it's still one of those older internet videos that has managed to stick with people over the years. So what do you think was peeking out from behind that abandoned house? Was it simply someone playing a prank, or something much more mysterious? In June of 2020, a man named Rhys Davis uploaded a video to his YouTube channel showing what began as an ordinary evening spent hanging out with a group of friends. Before long though, something in the distance catches their attention and the atmosphere changes almost instantly. Take a look.
Xbox or the new PS5? Yo, did you get that?
What in the
What was that?
What the
What?
Holy shit. Dude, is that a person?
We should probably.
Close it, please lock it, oh my god.
Lock that shit, dude.
Okay.
I think we left someone's phone up there.
Yeah, we left someone's phone. Doesn't matter. Bro, we'll get it later.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's scary.
Yeah, back.
Oh my god, fuck. Is this side door locked?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Holy shit. Wait, Nick, did you lock the door?
Did you lock it? Did you lock this door? I don't want to get close to the door. Holy crap.
Make sure it's locked.
No, make sure it's locked. Okay.
That is creepy as hell.
Dude.
What the f is that, dude?
Does that sound Dude, it's going on. Oh, it's going around.
We're getting over here.
Throughout the video, a tall, gangly looking figure can be seen moving around on all fours in the distance, while seemingly keeping an eye on Rhys and his friends. It never appears to get very close, but its repeated presence is enough to leave the group feeling increasingly uneasy. At one point, they decide to head back inside the house, hoping to put some distance between themselves and whatever they're seeing. But even then, the encounter doesn't appear to be over. The figure can later be seen outside the house, seemingly watching the group through the windows, making the situation even more unsettling. One possibility is that someone was simply crawling around on all fours to frighten the group as part of an elaborate prank, or maybe a hoax. Then again, if that's not the case, it's certainly a bizarre piece of footage that's difficult to explain. An Australian Reddit user known as DependentBox6487 shared a video to the unexplained subreddit after capturing something unusual on his Ring security camera. According to the uploader, the incident happened sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, after his dog suddenly began barking. Curious to see what had gotten the dog's attention, he opened the Ring app to check the live camera feed. At first, he noticed a small white light floating around in the backyard, which backs onto an empty paddock. Then, something even stranger appeared. Right around here, a tall figure can be seen entering the backyard from the right side of the fence. What's especially unusual is that, according to the uploader, there isn't a gate or any other access point where the figure appears to come through. He also points out that the mysterious white light and the figure seem to react to one another, leading him to wonder whether they were somehow connected. One possible explanation is that the figure is simply the result of a camera anomaly, perhaps caused by an insect crawling across the lens or another visual artifact that only appears human-shaped because of the camera's night vision. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly an intriguing clip that's difficult to interpret with complete confidence. So what do you think wandered into this Australian backyard? Was it merely a strange camera artifact, or was something else captured that night? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes, checking your home security camera reveals something unexpected happening on your own property. But Reddit user Protomancer ended up spotting something much stranger happening in a neighbor's yard instead. The video, posted to the WTF subreddit, was recorded in the middle of the night and captures a very unusual sight. Take a look. Throughout the footage, a person can be seen slowly slithering across the neighbor's yard on the ground instead of simply walking. It's an incredibly bizarre way to move, and naturally it raises a lot of questions. Was this person trying to avoid being seen, or was there some other reason they were crawling across someone's property in the middle of the night? Unfortunately, the video doesn't provide any additional context, so we're left to speculate. Unlike many of the other clips on this list, this one doesn't really need a supernatural explanation. The unsettling part is that it appears to show an actual person crawling across someone else's yard for reasons we can only guess at. Hopefully, the homeowner was made aware of what happened, and the situation never escalated beyond what was captured on camera. So what do you think this person was doing that night? Was there an innocent explanation for the bizarre behavior? Or was something more sinister going on? Spending the night at your grandparents' house is usually a comforting experience, filled with good memories. For TikTok user Sophie Collins, however, one particular night turned into something she'd probably rather forget. Sophie posted a video showing herself lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, when she suddenly noticed something at the bedroom door. Peeking through the narrow gap in the doorway is Sophie's grandmother, silently staring into the room. What's especially unsettling is that even after Sophie points her phone directly at the door, her grandmother doesn't react or walk away. Instead, she simply continues standing there, watching. It's certainly an uncomfortable clip, although the reason behind her grandmother's behavior is impossible to know from the video alone. Unlike most of the other entries on this list, there's no real reason to assume anything paranormal is happening here. Whatever the explanation may be, it's simply a very awkward and unsettling moment that happened to be caught on camera. So what do you think was going on here? Was there an innocent explanation for her grandmother's behavior, or does the clip leave you with more questions than answers? This next video was posted to TikTok by a user known as Grego6073 and shows him filming himself while swimming in a river. For most of the video, he's simply talking to the camera while enjoying the water. Everything appears completely ordinary at first. In fact, if you look at this earlier part of the video.
Corriente íbamos a ir a salir allá abajo. Allá abajo. Eso no es de miedo, ¿no? Nosotros automáticamente nacimos.
You can clearly see that there doesn't appear to be anyone standing beneath a tree on the opposite riverbank. But later in the video, that's no longer the case.
Iba a salir por allá abajo, sin problema, sin miedo ni nada. ¿Por qué? Como yo les digo, nosotros nos criamos aquí.
Standing beneath the tree is what appears to be a very tall, slender figure, watching from the opposite side of the river. Because the figure is so far away, it's difficult to make out any details, but its sudden appearance is what has left many viewers scratching their heads. It's also worth remembering that the spot appears empty early in the video, making many people wonder when or how the figure got there without being noticed. A more grounded possibility is that it's simply another person who quietly walked into the area while the uploader was distracted. Given the distance, it's impossible to know for certain. Whatever the explanation may be, it's definitely the kind of moment that's easy to miss the first time you watch the video. For this next entry, we're taking a look at another one of the recently released UAP videos published on the United States Department of War website. Designated DOW UAP PR-055, the footage was reportedly captured on November 23, 2020. Like many of the other videos in the release, very little information accompanies the footage, leaving us to focus almost entirely on what was recorded. Take a look. The footage appears to show a dark spherical object repeatedly moving in and out of the clouds. Unlike some of the other UAP videos, this object remains clearly visible for much of the recording, making it easier to follow its movement through the sky. At around the 32-second mark, the original unprocessed footage is also shown, giving viewers another look at the same object from the source recording. What makes this clip particularly interesting is the way the object seems to move. Rather than simply drifting with the clouds, it appears to change position in a way that many people have described as deliberate or controlled. Of course, there's also the possibility that the object's unusual movement is simply a result of perspective, the camera platform, or the way the footage was captured. Without additional context, it's impossible to draw any firm conclusions. Even so, it's another fascinating addition to the recent collection of officially released UAP videos. A TikTok user named Rebecca shared a video that was originally recorded by her mother while out on a hike. According to Rebecca, her mother came across a large mansion known as the Murphy House. Believing the house might be unoccupied, she decided to film the property as she walked past. At first, everything seems perfectly normal.
Looks pretty deserted, but it must have been gorgeous in its stay. Absolutely, I could just imagine walking around here in some fancy dress or something, and just amazing. It's just beautiful.
Then, at around the 20-second mark, if you look toward the last window on the upper floor, you can make out what appears to be the face of a child staring out from inside the house. The videographer doesn't notice it at the time, making the discovery something that was only spotted later while reviewing the footage. It's a brief moment, but the face is distinct enough to make you wonder whether someone or something was watching from inside the building all along. Of course, there's another possibility. If this isn't anything paranormal, it could simply be an actual child standing inside the house and looking out the window. From that distance, combined with the camera quality, it's easy to see how an ordinary face could end up looking unusually pale and unsettling. Unfortunately, we don't know much about the history of the Murphy house, or whether anyone investigated the property afterward, leaving the entire incident unresolved. So what do you think was looking out from that upstairs window? Was it simply someone inside the house, or did the camera capture something much more mysterious? On August 31st, 2017, a YouTube channel known as Paranormalactivity uploaded a video from inside a room filled with dozens of dolls. For many people, that alone would be enough to make them feel uneasy, but according to the uploader, one particular doll named Eddie had been displaying some very unusual behavior. Take a look.
Yeah, you can go ahead and touch Eddie. Oh shit! Oh, it moved! Did you see that? Did you all see that?
If you watch Eddie closely, you can see his right hand make a small movement all on its own. It's a subtle motion, but somehow that almost makes it even creepier. The uploader later posted another video from the same room on a different day, and this time something else appears to happen.
We were doing another live stream, me and my buddy Greg, and he was, we were asking them to move, and he moved his,
While the camera is focused elsewhere, one of the dolls in the background appears to slowly turn its head on its own. Whether the movement is genuine or not, it's certainly enough to make you look twice. A more skeptical interpretation is that both movements could simply be the result of slight shifts in the dolls, camera perspective, or even an elaborate setup by the uploader. Even so, they're subtle enough that they don't immediately jump out at you, which is part of what makes the video so unsettling. Personally, I think just being surrounded by that many dolls would already be unnerving enough. The possibility of one of them moving on its own is just the icing on the cake. So what do you think happened inside this room? Were these dolls really moving by themselves, or is there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And that was 25 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
scariest ghost videos of the year, the Tower of Terror. In what's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, an ominous mock grand hotel towers above the awestruck, happy crowd below. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Disney's California Adventure Park is a free-fall ride that's dedicated to the popular TV show, The Twilight Zone. Now, over the years, the Tower of Terror attraction became known for one particularly creepy real-life ghost story. It is said that a Disney cast member suddenly suffered a massive heart attack and passed away while welcoming guests onto the ride. Many visitors and employees claim to have seen his ghost and have reported random noises and flickering of the lights, even when the ride is not in operation. Sam Worth was visiting the park and recorded videos to capture the fun trip with his family. To his surprise, he also captured something he did not expect at the Tower of Terror. A strange translucent apparition can be seen on one of the levels at the Tower of Terror. Now, many of Sam's viewers believe the figure to simply be another hologram on the ride. But I looked through hours of footage of this ride on YouTube and I have not found any evidence of there being a hologram at this particular spot on the ride. In fact, this is the area on the ride where a picture is taken of the guests. So the creepy apparition remains a mystery. But Sam isn't the only one who captured bizarre footage on the Tower of Terror. In this next video, a maintenance man is doing a routine safety and quality check on the Disney ride. He's completely alone. Or is he? The uncut footage is over 2 minutes long, but to save time, I just cut the video down to the spookiest parts. Did you see it? A bizarre figure appears on a seat behind the maintenance man, but it's only visible for less than a second, 3/20ths of a second to be exact. The figure then moves 2 seats away right next to the oblivious worker, and it appears 2 more times. Again, I checked to make sure that there are no hologram effects in place in the seating area, and there are none. Also, the hologram effects that appear on the ride show multiple characters, and none of them are seated as these figures appear to be. So it seems very unlikely that this would be a reflection. So just what is this? Could it be that the spirit of the man who suddenly lost his life on the Disney ride is still around? Or is it just some very, very strange light reflection? You decide. Mirror, mirror. Paranormal investigator Amy from the YouTube channel Shadowhunters UK TV is joined by fellow ghost hunters Moxley's Paranormal and Ghosts on Trent as they stay at the infamously haunted 30 East Drive in Pontefract, England. They say that long ago on this very same location, a monk was hanged for taking the life of a young girl. The house is said to be haunted by his angry spirit, which they call the Black Monk. Throughout the house, there are CCTV cameras installed, and one of them captures a very bizarre and chilling event as Amy simply looks at herself in the upstairs bedroom mirror.
She makes like a creepy smile. Oh.
Amy's face appears to distort into a horrifying gaping maw. Her mouth opens up to such an impossible extent that the investigators believe that they might have captured a paranormal transfiguration. The video is definitely very creepy and doesn't appear to be a digital glitch. But just what do you think happened here? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch the full 2-part investigation at the haunted 30 East Drive over on the YouTube channel Shadowhunters UK TV. Nuke's Top 5 merch. So just a quick little ad, but I finally got Nuke's Top 5 merch. We have spooky t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, and other things that we'll be adding by the time this video is posted. You can order stuff online at nukestop5.myshopify.com or in the merch shelf under this video. Also, there's a link to the Nuke's Top 5 store in the video description. And to make sure that you get your stuff by Christmas, be sure to order by Monday, December 12th. And yeah, that's only like 2 days away from now. So sorry about that, but we got everything online as quickly as we possibly could. I've literally been up for days now with no sleep. So order now so you'll get your stuff by the holidays. And I mean, like, order right now or tomorrow or very, very soon. Seriously. And thank you guys so much for all your support and very, very happy holidays to you. The Railway to Nowhere. YouTube gamer and urban explorer Mr. Omega often goes on overnight challenges to explore abandoned and spooky places in his country of New Zealand. This time he plans to stay overnight in the deserted Spooner's Tunnel, an old train pass that was dug out of the mountain by hand back in 1891. Unfortunately, the railway line suffered financial difficulties and the tunnel was never connected to the railway system. The tunnel was eventually closed and dismantled back in 1955. The passageway was dubbed, quote, the Railway to Nowhere. YouTuber Mr. Omega decides that the creepy old abandoned tunnel is the perfect spot to film an overnight challenge.
Okay, here we are here. The only person I have with me is Max. You know, man's best friend and everything. Oh man, look at that. There's a vehicle over there that's burnt out too. Oh man, look at it. Hope it's not a popular spot for people to come up and do gosh knows what. Okay, I'll pull over here. Okay, before we even go into the tunnel, as you can see, it's totally pitch black. It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light. So that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shone right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure.
So Mr. Omega and his loyal doggy Max head into the tunnel to find a spot to set up camp for the night.
I managed to secure myself a place to stay for the night, and as you can see out here, it is totally dark now. The sun's gone right down. There's no more light left. If I turn my light off, now this is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go. Wow. That's spoopy, if you ask me. I feel good having the dog here. Where are you, Max? Max! There you are, there he is. I feel better having my dog with me. I mean, obviously, if I didn't have Max, it'd be a little bit creepy. Obviously, I feel like safer with my dog being here. He will always bark if anyone comes uninvited to visit us in the night. So I'll always wake up. I'm a light sleeper as well, so I'm always going to wake up to hearing Max's bark. Don't know, Max, I'm always going to hear what you're going to say to me.
Around 4 a.m., things start to get really weird. Omega discovers that he has no cell reception inside the tunnel, and so along with dog Max, he heads back to the opening to check his phone. After that, he starts to trek back inside the tunnel, and then this happens.
We're gonna complete our overnight challenge. Yes we do. Alright, Max, let's go back in. Here it is. Woo! Max! Oh, gosh damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out of it. Max, come here. Come here. Oh, shit. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? What the? What is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max! Max! Get on!
A creepy little toy is just lying in the middle of the path, playing a warbly rendition of Happy Birthday. Omega turns around and is shocked out of his skin as he sees a man lurching toward him out of a crevice in the tunnel wall. He just makes a run for it. Now, Mr. Omega says that he is absolutely stunned by what happened. He has no idea why anyone would be hiding in the cold abandoned train tunnel at 4 a.m., especially because the tunnel is in the middle of nowhere, miles away from any house. Another truly baffling part of this incident is that the dog Max did not react at all to the creepy stranger, almost like the man was not even there. And perhaps most disturbing of all, why did whoever this was set out a creepy little toy in the path? Either way, paranormal or not, this encounter is absolutely terrifying. You can watch the entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Mr. Omega. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Weeper. A little over a year ago, a Japanese man who goes by the name Yama Q was looking for a rental home. He found a nice 40-year-old renovated house in Japan with an incredibly low rental price. Yama was blown away and he happily signed the rental contract right away. But as you might suspect, Yama soon discovered just why the house's rental price was so low. You see, the home carries a bit of a dark history. The house's previous owner tragically passed away inside the home's bathroom from an undisclosed illness. Only 4 months after Yama moves in, strange things begin to happen in the dead of night. Yama Q starts a YouTube channel and begins to record the increasingly spooky activity around his home. Night after night, a mysterious knocking sound can be heard coming from the bathroom. No matter how hard he tries, Yama Q is never able to find the source. He has no idea what could be causing this terrifying phenomenon. One night, Yama is a bit disturbed when a neighborhood dog shows up at his home. The dog is usually quiet and friendly, but this time it seems distressed by something. The dog aggressively growls and barks at something Yama can't see. The next day, he finds the dog back at its neighborhood home, safe and sound and friendly as always. But that certainly isn't the end of Yamakyu's paranormal problems. Only 9 months after moving in, he experiences something truly terrifying. A blood-curdling wail can be heard coming from right outside Yama's living room window. But when he goes outside to investigate, the creepy moaning suddenly just stops. As Yamakyu's YouTube audience grows, his many shocked viewers request that he get better equipment to capture the supernatural phenomena. Yama orders a thermal imaging camera and waits for his next opportunity to record and capture what's going on in his home. And this is where things take a turn towards the truly bizarre. Because 1 month later, this happens. With 2 cameras ready, Yama goes on the attack as he throws boiling hot water at the spot where the weeping voice seems to be coming from. Whatever is making the noise seems to cry out as the scalding water is thrown, and then all goes quiet. But nothing shows up on the thermal imaging camera. To this day, Yamakyu still experiences horrifying events at his haunted home in Japan. But is it real? Could the wailing voice and aggressive knocking be the spirit of the previous owner who passed away in the bathroom? Let me know what you think. A window to the soul. So this is a story that starts weird and just gets weirder. But first, a little bit of history. Way back in 1679, Irish Catholic priest Oliver Plunkett was arrested for supporting the Catholic faith, which at the time was considered a serious criminal offense by the English monarchy. He was held in Newgate Prison in London before being executed. And so here's where things get really weird. Over 240 years later, in 1921, Oliver Plunkett's head, yes, just his head, was brought to St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland, where it was put on display in a garish, ornately decorated glass box. The St. Peter's Church also placed on display the prison door of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell from Newgate Prison, where Plunkett was held for 8 months before his execution. YouTube user Vicky Bramshaw was on vacation when she visited St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland. She is recording the exhibit of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell door when she catches something absolutely unnerving.
This is the door of the cell in Newgate Prison, where St. Oliver Plunkett was imprisoned for 8 months.
He's a very interesting figure, because he was one of the first ecumenical Christian priests.
There is a small opening in the ancient jail cell door, and some pale, ghostly face just seems to peek out of it at them. Vicky says she has no idea what this face could be. She says she has no knowledge of visual effects to fake something like this, and she didn't even notice the face until she reviewed her footage later. So is this the ghost of Oliver Plunkett still peering from his old jail cell door? Or is it just a very, very odd trick of the light? You decide. The Last Stop. This next viral video was shared by multiple social media accounts on the internet, but none of them mentioned the original source. The video shows a man inspecting an old abandoned bus somewhere in the rural countryside of Japan. Of course, as you might expect, things take a terrifying turn.
誰かいたんだけどさ。あれ、慎太郎？おい、慎太郎。
As the man approaches the entrance to the bus, a girl can be seen watching him from the window. He quickly looks inside, but there's no one there. Now, because there's no source, it's impossible to say whether this footage is real or fake. But as always, I leave that up to you to decide. Mistaken identity. The next few videos were uploaded to TikTok by a widower from Tennessee who prefers to keep his identity anonymous. He says that he's experienced some odd things in his house over the last 11 years, but recently the activity has become much more extreme. He sets up security cameras to capture the bizarre incidents, and he says that he believes that the spirit might be the ghost of his beloved deceased wife coming back to visit him. So early one morning before heading out to work, the man walks into the kitchen to discover this.
Well, as you can see, it's morning, guys. This is just a quick update because I got to get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys are right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open. And then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video and it definitely freaked me out. So
When he reviews his Ring cam footage, it shows a chair sliding all around the kitchen on its own. And then a pale white figure seems to appear from nowhere and violently tosses the chair to the floor. But things are about to take an even more terrifying turn, because one day the man starts to hear something walking up and down his hallway. He goes to investigate, and what happens next chills him to his core.
Hey everyone, remember I said I didn't know how I'd react if this thing started touching me? It started walking towards me. And I feel a hand on my back. And I heard someone whisper,
faint. But when I heard it walking away from me, I finally felt like I could move, and I ran. The whispering. It wasn't one voice. It was, a lot of people. Because people seemed stuck. They were all saying, help me.
Hey guys. My, hall walker is back. I'm gonna go into the hallway and see if I can hear. That sounds like it's down at the end of the hallway. Right back there. Right standing behind me. That was somebody right behind me. It felt like their face was right here. Like they were really tall. That's not my wife.
The man weeps uncontrollably as he explains that he felt a hand on his back and heard multiple voices that seemed to be begging him for help. The man no longer believes that the presence haunting his home is the spirit of his deceased wife. He now believes that it might be multiple spirits, or perhaps even something more sinister. But what do you think is going on here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Something still lives here. A paranormal investigation team from the YouTube channel RC Fun TV travels to an abandoned house in Battambang, Cambodia. Locals claim that in 1994, the land used to be a graveyard for hundreds of deceased men, women, and children. Eventually, the land was sold and the owner had the cemetery excavated and the bodies burned to make room for his new family home. Shortly after the completion of the house, allegedly several members of the family were repeatedly pulled out of their beds by an invisible force. Soon after, the family began to suffer from horrible, unexplained diseases. Fearing that they were cursed by the angry spirits of the former graveyard, they left the home and never returned. The small wooden house has now been abandoned for over 10 years. The Cambodian paranormal team prepares a ceremonial offering for the restless spirits that might be haunting the home. During the preparation, they are interrupted by something they can't explain.
Okay, ប្រិមិត្តឥឡូវនេះយើងបានរៀបចំសំណែននៅចំពីមុខកម្មវិធីតែម្ដងបាទកម្មវិធីតែផ្លូវនេះយើងឡើងអត់បានទេតែទីទៀតយើងនឹងឡើងតាមប្រួយក្រោយបាទយើងឡើងតាមប្រួយក្រោយឥឡូវអូនលើកទូទៅកូនចាស់មកនេះគឺមកសុំថតបាទមកសុំថតហើយចង់ដឹងថាមូលហេតុអ្វីបានជាម្ចាស់ផ្ទះមិននៅទីនេះគាត់នៅមិនសុខបាទគាត់នៅមិនបានឬក៏មានអ្វីនៅទីនេះមានអីហ្នឹងគឺសុំឃើញបាទគឺសុំឃើញណាយ៉ាជួយយ៉ានេះនោះអូគឺសុំមកទៅ
The unexpected loud bang sends the host of the RC Fun TV team into a fit of nervous laughter, but they continue their exploration. The team is a little reluctant to climb the rotting wood stairs of the house and instead head around to the back of the building and climb onto the roof. What happens next is downright chilling. One of the team members comes face to face with a ghoulish, pale apparition peeking out of the window. Out of shock, both team members forget their own safety and just jump right off the side of the roof. Luckily, except for some scratches, bruises, and perhaps some deep psychological scars, the two men are otherwise okay. Now, cut to 2 months later, and the team returns, determined to explore inside the creepy house. During another ceremonial offering, they have no idea what their camera is capturing. Did you see it? The team is completely unaware that something seemed to walk by the window upstairs. After careful deliberation, the two men decide to climb the rotten stairs up to the house. Once inside, they see something absolutely horrifying. In an incredibly bizarre turn, a disembodied head can be seen sitting on top of a wooden support beam. The team's host records as he runs away in fright. When the guys go back upstairs, there are no signs of the head, nor are there any signs of anyone or anything having ever been there. So did the investigators capture the paranormal activity that drove away the home's owners? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can watch this full 2-part investigation over on the YouTube channel RC Fun TV. Cradle Creeper. Proud parents Kaylee and Stuart have a TikTok account dedicated to their newborn daughter, Rin May. The account usually chronicles happy experiences from the young family's life. So when this next video was posted, their viewers were shocked. Night vision cameras first capture a bizarre unexplained shadow in the upper left corner of the room. Then what seems like a creepy little hand can be seen clawing at little Rin May's crib mattress. The newborn sleeps right through it, but Dad Stuart hears the noise and wakes up. And just as Stuart looks over at the crib, the hand quickly disappears out of sight. Parents Kaylee and Stuart are very disturbed by the incident and say that they have no idea what they captured on camera. The final night. Alexander Labuzov from Russia says that he's been living in the same apartment for over 3 years, when suddenly and inexplicably, strange paranormal things began to happen around his home. Loud, unexplained noises would wake him up in the middle of the night. Things around the house would move on their own, and scariest of all, one night when he was in bed, sound asleep, someone or something suddenly grabbed onto his wrist, squeezing hard. He jerked his arm away and lurched out of bed, searching his room. But there was no one there. He says that the paranormal activity in his apartment just increased over time, until eventually he decided to just move out. So Alex is set to move out of his apartment the next day, but he decides to try to record the strange supernatural activity one last time. This video was meant to be Alex's last night in his apartment. First, he sits in front of his camera and explains what's been going on in his apartment. As he's talking, he hears something strange.
Я сразу же вскочил, включил свет. Это не может не напугать. Просто знакомый звук. Изредка я услышал, похож.
Something moves somewhere in the apartment, and Alex believes it might have been the kitchen cabinet door. He decides to set up his camera in his bedroom and leaves for 2 hours to meet up with a friend.
Алло? Да, сейчас приеду, ага. Давай.
Alex turns off the light and leaves, but what happens while he's gone is truly bizarre. Alex returns home and just goes to bed. The next day, he discovers that his landlord is unavailable to pick up his apartment keys. And after reviewing his footage, Alex is unsatisfied with the potato-quality video he has recorded in his dark apartment. So, he decides to stay one more night, this time leaving the camera recording, but with the lights on. Just like the night before, he again leaves to meet up with a friend. The camera captures something downright creepy. Alex is shocked when he comes home as he discovers that his camera has somehow flipped upside down all on its own. He grabs the camera and begins to film his thoughts on the strange situation. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
Я смотрю, у нас сегодня рыбный день. Охереть вообще. Что там осталось? Слушай, ну вообще жесть. Ну что могу сказать? Это был последний день, поэтому мы уже... Блядь! О. До усрачки. Это можно вообще... О, блядь. Так.
A pair of legs can be seen standing right behind Alex in the doorway. The legs appear to have no torso and disappear before Alex can even turn around. So, did Alex capture proof of the paranormal in his apartment? Or is it illusion? I leave it up to you to decide. The ghost of the mosh pit. Now, most of the time we think of creepy paranormal video as occurring in the dark, and maybe in creepy old abandoned places. But here's a video that's from a live daytime heavy metal music festival in San Bernardino, California in 2011. And just watch very closely, because it's about to get weird. So a very big guy goes charging into the mosh pit when suddenly he seems to get clotheslined by someone or something that is completely invisible, and he goes flying backwards. Now, that would be weird enough, but his friend helps him up and then he seems to get forcefully yanked backwards again by some unseen force. He even seems to get dragged backwards along the ground. So is this just the ghost of an angry metal fan? Is this guy just an incredible mime? Or what happened here? You tell me. Cries from beyond. This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Peter Canova. Peter explains in his email that his friend was remodeling a house in Des Moines, Iowa that had been abandoned for over 10 years. Peter's friend shared a chilling video that was recorded by a tile installer named Javier.
Verga, no sé si se escucha más. Estoy aquí en la casa de remodelación. Acabo de rellenar, hicimos ese shower y esto. Y desde hace rato vengo escuchando un llanto como de niño. Oigan. Pero el pedo es de que aquí en la casa esta pues, no hay, están todos los cuartos vacíos. Y me da miedo ir al basement, pero a ver, deja checar, porque allá afuera no hay nada. Hola. La verga. No hay nada. Güey, no mames. No mames.
The loud cries of a child can be heard coming from the basement. Javier checks every room but finds no one. Suddenly, there's an unexplained loud bang from somewhere, and Javier makes a run for it. Javier refuses to ever return to the house again.
Güey, no mames.
Hanging around. Japanese paranormal investigator Gachan from the YouTube channel Clip Store sets out to investigate a creepy old abandoned house in Nagasaki, Japan. The house is said to be extremely haunted. Locals claim that there is a sinister curse on the property after a family mysteriously passed away inside the home under absolutely horrible circumstances almost 15 years ago. As the home is fairly small, Gachan decides to go alone and brings only his camera. Once inside, things quickly get very creepy.
カレンダー2007年4月14年前からこの状態ってことですね。まあ確かに置いてあるものが時代を感じるというか VHS だもんね。ちょっと待って足音がする。人がいる。2階に人がいる。マジか。出るか。いやでも気づいてるはずだよね。こっちに。誰かいますか？もしここで寝泊まりとかしてるんであれば返事してもらってもいいですか？すぐ出ていきます。
The paranormal investigator believes he might not be alone inside the house and heads upstairs to investigate.
"誰もいませんか？これ。うわ！包丁？くそ。嘘や。いやマジで。誰かいますよね。いやちょっと待って。いや本当帰るんでごめんなさい。
Gachan finds shattered glass and, creepiest of all, a knife. Soon after, he hears the sound of a bell coming from somewhere inside the house. He searches every room, but he finds nothing and no one to explain the creepy sounds.
ちょっとね、さすがにこのままでは帰れないので、さっきねちょっと物音が激しかったと思われる部屋にいるんですけど、家中探してみたんですけど誰もいないんだよ。動物でもなさそうだしさ、でなんかさっき多分あれ仏壇の鐘の音だよね。ちょっと30分だけ検証して帰ろうと思います。
Eventually, the ghost hunter has had enough of the creepy, unexplained noises and decides to just go home. As he makes his way down the old creepy stairs, he captures something absolutely horrifying.
絶対なんかさ、絶対落としたんだよ。マジで。もう嫌だ、俺。くそ。もうちょっと、これ以上はいられないです。帰ります。
A pair of legs can be seen dropping from the ceiling at the top of the stairs right behind the ghost hunter. Guy Chan leaves the abandoned house having no idea what he has just recorded, until he reviews his footage at home. The horrifying sight of the creepy unexplained legs shocks him and his viewers. And now, Guy Chan believes that the house is truly haunted. But either way, true or not, the footage is very disturbing. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Clip Store. Oh dear. Terrence Leonio from Windsor, Ontario, Canada often goes out into the woods to record himself overtone singing for TikTok and YouTube. One day he decides to stream live, and as he starts to sing, he seems to capture the attention of a passing deer.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking and now he's confused. Alright.
And there's the deer, but did you see it? Terrence seems to have caught the attention of something else lurking in the woods. Several strange slim figures seem to be hiding in the trees behind the deer. Terrence's TikTok viewers believe the mysterious creatures could be cryptids, Sasquatch, or even skinwalkers. But what do you think Terrence's singing could have summoned from the deep Canadian woods? Child's play. Facebook user Ashley Hammond believes that throughout her life, she's always had something paranormal attached to her. She says that no matter where she goes, spooky things always happen. When Ashley moves to a new home in Utah, she starts to see her children walking up and down the staircase on random occasions. Now, usually Ashley's children walking up and down the stairs would be completely normal. But you see, this happens when Ashley's children are asleep, or sometimes when they're not even at home at all. Ashley believes that she might be seeing something supernatural that is mimicking the appearance of her children. Now Ashley wants to prove that she is not just imagining these strange phenomena, so she buys a security camera and points it at the staircase. Then one night when all of her children are in bed asleep, this happens.
That's good to keep around. No, you don't become immortal by making deals with angels. You gotta go to the other guys for that. There. Look at that.
The camera captures a dark figure with glowing eyes that seems to walk up the staircase. A figure that has no visible lower body. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know down in the comments. Lady in the water. Debbie Morales and her friends are tubing down the canals of the Isabella River in Puerto Rico when she begins to record with her phone. Debbie can be heard screaming and laughing until her camera catches something in the water that quickly makes her lose her voice. Debbie posted the video to Facebook, saying that she saw a scary apparition in the water. She asked friends to take a look and see if they saw the same thing in the video. And they did. Online viewers speculated that the image could be anything from the ghost of a drowning victim to a body in the water. And some even went so far as to suggest that it might be a mermaid. Now the most bizarre part of this video is that whatever this is almost seems to lunge toward Debbie before disappearing back into the water. But what do you think? Is this just a strange trick of the light or a reflection? Or did Debbie catch something supernatural on camera? You decide. Out of left field. For over a decade, Jen Barari worked hard to find the perfect home for her wife Heather and their 6-year-old daughter Ray. She eventually found an amazing colonial home in Pennsylvania that was built in the 1700s. The house sits on a 50-acre plot of farmland that also has a large renovated barn and 2 cottages. But soon after the renovations were finished, strange unexplained events began to occur on the property. The family began to hear terrifying noises and bangs, and even started to see odd shadow-like figures in the middle of the night. They decide to install security cameras in and around their home. And late one night, their outdoor security camera captures something chilling. Someone or something can be seen limping along behind Jen's home. Whatever it is, it makes a very eerie and unsettling moan or screech. At first, Jen isn't sure what to believe and hopes it's just one of her friends or neighbors playing a very strange prank. But over the course of the next 3 months, the activity becomes more and more unexplainable as the events intensify inside Jen's home. And now, whatever is going on seems to start to affect her daughter, too.
I know that is not moving right now. Don't even. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, like I'm sorry that I curse and. Okay. Okay, can you stop? Oh my God. Okay, please stop.
Honey, what's going on? Baby, come here. Come here, come here. Come here. What's up, baby? Come here. What's going on?
Objects move around and fall on their own, and Jen finds her daughter standing on her bed in the middle of the night, just staring vacantly at nothing. Eventually, Jen becomes convinced that she's dealing with real paranormal activity. She records another video to tell about the unexplainable events that she is experiencing. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
The last 2 nights have been f***ing awful. I'm gonna just update you guys really quickly. I'm in the barn house right now. I'm here alone. I'm hearing constantly. Last night I f***ing watched like a bald man walk out of the f***ing pond. I'll show you where it is. It was f***ing insane. This is what I keep hearing. And I'm home alone. Hello? Can you stop? Out! Oh my god, that's creepy. This clock here scared the shit out of me. Be here with me, like, whatsoever. Hello. Like, I don't know. And my reflection's creeping me out. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You guys saw that, right? I'm not bugging. Like, here's my reflection. That's just my hair. Okay. Hold on, I need to watch this. Guys, I wanted to show you the f***ing pond, but please tell me you see that. There's something. It looks like the old man is coming out, I swear to f***ing God. What the f*** was that? Jesus, and there's a light on in the f***ing God garage. This is so f***ing creepy. Oh my god, Biggs, it's okay. It's okay. Holy shit. What the honestly. Okay, let's go.
A shadow figure can be seen standing behind Jen in the reflection on the TV screen. She quickly spins around, but there's no one there. Then, as Jen is looking out the window, another figure can be seen darting past the hallway right behind her. A loud bang frightens both Jen and her cat. And with that, she has had enough. Jen decides to just collect her pets and leave. So what do you think is going on at Jen's farm in Pennsylvania? Jen explains that she is currently seeking help from paranormal professionals as she can't move out and wants her family to be safe. You can watch all of Jen's paranormal experiences over on her TikTok page, J Barari. No entry. As with most Japanese videos, I have no idea what the source is for this next creepy clip. The clip shows two guys approaching an old school building that is under renovation and is allegedly haunted. Even though there's tape at the entrance saying no entry, the two friends step inside anyway. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
初じゃね？開いてたの。
もう開いてたら入るでしょ。
もう入ってくださいって言ってんだよ。
ここも2階あるじゃん。
どうぞ。
お、2階なんでこの部屋なんだ。行動ってある。
行動って何？
わ、めっちゃ広い。
おお。
お前、広い部屋かなんか言ってなかった。
確かに。でもここか？本当だ。なんだっけ？コーンだっけ？
これなんだっけ？
何？
この蜂みたいな黄色と黒のなんか。
いや、知らんねえ。俺は知るわけねえんだろ。工事なんてやったことね
え。お前はいつかあれだよ。工事で働くんだよ。
A mysterious woman wearing a white dress silently approaches the two friends from the darkness. She seems to have no visible arms. The two guys run in fear and scream for help. What happens next, we'll just never know. And whether the footage is real or not, that's up for you to decide. Either way, the clip is chilling. Really haunted. Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted lives in a house in England that seems to be a hotspot of paranormal activity. Lee has become somewhat of a regular featured channel on my top 5s as the activity in his home just seems to get more and more violent. Now, if you want to see what I'm talking about, I highly recommend that you check out Lee's channel where he shares all the evidence that he's captured over the last 2 years. So, in a shocking new video that Lee has uploaded, the paranormal entity that terrorizes his family is captured once again. Lee and his wife Stacy are fast asleep in bed, and then this happens.
Why?
What's up?
My back.
Lee's wife Stacy is fast asleep when a dark shadow-like figure slowly seems to move over to her bedside. Then without warning, Stacy is pulled violently out of bed, injuring her back. Lee says that the event has left them absolutely terrified. Stacy left the house that night to sleep in a caravan outside in their yard, too scared to go back inside the house. The couple says that they have no idea what to do about the violent paranormal activity, and that they have tried everything they can think of to get rid of the dark entity that seems to inhabit their home. Be sure to follow Lee's encounters with the paranormal over on his YouTube channel, Really Haunted, Brother's Keeper. Paranormal investigators Victor, Paolo, and Samuel from the YouTube channel Investigação Sobrenatural are contacted by a distraught woman. She claims she's been violently haunted since her brother passed away from an accidental overdose in the bathroom of her family home in Brazil. She believes that her brother never left and that his tormented soul is angry and is attacking her and her family. The woman, whose identity is kept anonymous, says that she believes that the stress of the haunting led to her mother's recent passing. Soon after their arrival, the investigators begin to witness the violent poltergeist activity for themselves.
Olha, pelo que eu entendi, né, seu irmão tá fazendo manifestação aqui, o clima tá muito pesado, não precisa chorar, fica calmo, fica tranquilo, tá bom? Deixa eu ver.
Respirando fundo, né? Tá bem não.
Olha, vai ficar tudo bem. Você falou que o seu irmão morreu aqui nessa casa, né? Tiraram a vida dele dentro de um banheiro. Tem como me mostrar onde foi esse banheiro?
Só aqui no banheiro ali.
Esse aqui, né?
Aí, já começou. Por favor, minha mãe morreu. Como você vai me deixar em paz?
Calma, calma.
Meu Deus, cara. Calma, calma. Respira fundo. Respira fundo, calma. Ó, ele só quer assustar, entendeu? Só quer te deixar desequilibrado, entendeu? Quer fazer com que a gente fique assustado, entendeu? Nervoso. Respira fundo, fica calmo, entendeu? Pense em Deus, pense em coisas boas, tá bom? Tá bom? Respira fundo.
A gente tá aqui contigo.
Isso, calma. Viu? Ele só quer tentar assustar a gente. É só mais um desequilibrado, só isso, tá certo? Você tem condições de continuar? Porque é importante. Tem, não tem? Pronto. Me mostra como foi que o seu irmão faleceu. Calma, calma. Calma, calma. Pera. Calma, fica calma.
Respira, entendeu? Olha pra mim, ó. Foi isso aqui.
O espelho quebrou sozinho. Meu Deus.
Registrei essa câmera. Tô arrepiado, cara.
Vai, filma aí.
Tu viu isso? Olha isso aqui também, Paulo. É isso que é pra
Filma o espelho também, o espelho. No espelho, aí.
Não, é isso aí.
É isso, gente. Meu Deus.
Ei, vitamina.
Esse não,
pega uma cadeira aí. Tá bem nessa cadeira?
Respira. Ó, vai ficar tudo bem, tá?
Mas fala aí, Vitor, pega uma cadeira.
Pense em coisas boas, coisas positivas, né? Foca em Deus, olha pra mim, né? Pense em coisas boas, tá bom? Senta lá. Vai, senta aqui, ó. Outra cadeira. Vem. Senta.
Tô arrepiado, cara.
Ó, olha pra mim.
Arrepiado, né?
Calma, respira.
Kitchen plates fall and cookware begins to shake. Then when the woman points out where the bathroom is, something appears to almost punch at her through the curtain. A mirror in the bathroom breaks into pieces, but when they check the room, there's no one there. The woman becomes so upset from the incident that the investigators decide to have her leave. Now, in an attempt to calm the angry spirit, the men gather around a table where the man's body was temporarily placed before his burial. They light candles on the table and begin to discuss the situation. But then, things just get weirder.
Só pra vocês não julgar, viu?
Teve desespero, né, na minha, quando ela ficou chorando, ela teve que sair, ela saiu às pressas daqui.
Bem melhor, pessoal, ela sai.
Tá aí, gente, ó. Aí é pra vocês verem, né, ó. Direto, acontece. Pede ajuda aqui, não. Pera, calma, respira. Segura aqui a fumadora, segura.
The door slams open and the team's cameraman drops to the floor from an extreme panic attack. The investigators look after him, and after a necessary break, they continue their investigation. In an attempt to calmly communicate with the aggressive spirit, investigator Paolo volunteers to lie down on the table in hopes of creating a connection with the spirit.
Aí, tu tem certeza que quer fazer isso?
Quero ver, né? Tô curioso porque eu quero que ele consiga entender qual é o nosso objetivo, né? Porque a gente está aqui, entendeu? Porque na mente dele, ele acha que a gente está provocando, né? Ele está expulsando a gente, entendeu? É até uma oportunidade, né? De ele baixar a vibração e tentar a comunicação, né? Pelo menos uma comunicação mais amigável, né?
As Paolo is explaining his intention, what looks like a ghostly apparition seems to appear behind team member Victor. Paolo lies down on the table, and what happens next is downright terrifying.
Se você quiser se materializar em cima do Paulo, pode se apresentar aqui, né? Concentre sua energia. Se quiser pegar no braço do Paulo, na perna dele, no pescoço do Paulo, né? Vai, Paulo. Fica à vontade. Se concentra. Tenta pegar no pescoço do Paulo. Meu Deus do céu. Olha, ó. Meu Deus. Você não vai assustar a gente, entendeu? Deus é poderoso, Deus é maior que você. Você não é maior que Deus. Você não é maior que Deus. Você não é maior que Deus. Deus é muito maior que você. Você não vai assustar a gente. Você não vai assustar a gente.
Tá querendo desafiar. Acho que ele pensa que a gente quer bater de frente com ele.
Tô me tremendo todinho, cara. Olha isso, ó. Filma isso, câmera. Tô me tremendo todinho. Olha esse susto que eu levei.
Drawers from a cabinet violently slam open and closed on their own. Now the previously fearless ghost investigators seem to get just a little bit rattled by the extreme activity. They are completely unsure how to continue, and not long after this incident, they decide to leave the property. So what do you think is going on in this family home in Brazil? Could this really be the brother's spirit lashing out at his own family from the great beyond? Or could there be something a bit more sinister haunting this house? Let me know down in the comments. Exploration gone wrong. 26-year-old Magnus Rismir has always had an interest in hiking, and his YouTube channel is dedicated to his explorations of the beautiful countryside of Norway. Almost all of his videos show him hiking, canoeing, or camping, except for one. There is one very bizarre video that Magnus claims was sent to him by a friend.
Ahí va.
gamle driten her, da? Faen, ass.
Magnus's friend is out hiking in the middle of nowhere and discovers an old abandoned house. He decides to investigate inside, but regrets his decision almost immediately as something or someone scares the living out of him. Now, whether this video is paranormal, a prank, or maybe even just a very unlucky encounter with a squatter, we'll never know. But what do you think? Real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Followed home. Now, longtime viewers of my channel might remember that almost 1 year ago, I featured a series of videos by a young Dutch woman named Sabia L. Sabia claimed that her apartment in the Netherlands was haunted by something that lurked in the shadows. Something dark and sinister.
Kijk, zie. Jezus. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh. Oh my god.
As time went by, the paranormal activity in Sabia's apartment intensified, becoming so terrifying that Sabia began to live in abject fear of whatever evil presence might be haunting her home.
Licht elke keer. Oh. Dat was een stem. Dat was een stem. Oh, Jezus.
9 months ago, Sabia L suddenly just stopped posting to YouTube entirely, leaving her concerned fans and followers wondering just what happened. But then, just 3 months ago, Sabia made a surprise return to her YouTube channel. She posted only one short video. The post was a positive one, letting her followers know that she had finally saved up enough money to move out of her terrifying haunted apartment. The 30-second video shows Sabia giving one final walkthrough of the empty apartment. Her optimistic video title proclaimed, "Last video, haunted apartment in the Netherlands. No more poltergeist activity for me." As you might guess, Sabia L's nightmarish story did not end there. Sabia says that she experienced months of peace and relaxation in her new home. But then strange and disturbing things began to happen all over again. The odd events quickly became more and more unsettling. One night, the lights in her hallway begin to flicker, so she pulls out her phone and begins to record. She encounters something absolutely horrifying.
Dat licht knipperde weer aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Dat. Oh, ik durf niet. ik durf niet. Verdorie, heel klaar mee. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga er niet naartoe. Ik bel wel iemand.
Did you see it? Sabia turns away from the hallway as a light fixture suddenly moves on its own. When she turns back, the hall light has gone out again, and something dark and menacing seems to be waiting there for her. Whatever it is then seems to charge up the stairs, but understandably, Sabia does not follow.
Oh.
Sabia L. believes that the dark, malevolent being that haunted her old apartment has now followed her to her new home. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch this video as well as all of Sabia L's past terrifying encounters over on her channel, Sabia L. The Man Who Wasn't There. Paranormal YouTube channel Fourth Wall received a video from a man that says he captured something very disturbing in a quiet Japanese neighborhood. It's late at night and no one is around when the man spots something strange going on with a swing set in a nearby park. He's a little freaked out and believes he might be experiencing something paranormal. So he places his work phone on top of a tall playset and sets it to record. He then takes his personal phone and films as he approaches the swing set. A single swing is violently swaying back and forth. But that's not all the anonymous man has captured, because his work phone recorded something absolutely terrifying. The dark, creepy figure of a man can be seen standing motionless in front of a tree. Now, what makes this footage so disturbing is that, as you can see, the other phone didn't capture anyone standing there at all. Could it be that the park is haunted and a dark spirit apparition was caught on camera? What do you think? You can watch this entire creepy video and many more over on the YouTube. In Florida, young mom Haley Kinney is woken up by her 3-year-old son who says he's seeing something in their house. As he keeps insisting there's a presence in the bedroom, Haley starts recording to document this strange moment. She ends up catching something truly disturbing.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
As the toddler points toward the empty corner of the room, a few bizarre things happen that need to be broken down. First off, there's a strange, unexplained growl or whine from somewhere nearby.
What is it? Maybe there's nothing in here.
Next, as the boy points at the corner, something in the shadows quickly pops out twice before pulling back into the darkness. The boy's arm doesn't match the shadow's movement, so that's not his reflection. Haley says she has no idea what her son saw that night, and she didn't even notice the strange things that she had captured on camera until later. But what was her son seeing in that dark corner? Paul Gorton is relaxing at home one day with his son Charlie when suddenly things start to get a little spooky.
What are you saying, Charlie? There's a scary boy where? What do you mean? What, are you doing pretend? Yeah, you're just playing pretend, aren't you? Do you want to show me? Show me then. Come on. You show me where he is. This is actually f***ing what? Where? Where? In there? In there? Okay, get ready, Charlie. No scary boy. No, there's nothing there, mate. Do you want me to go in? Look. There's absolutely nothing in here. You've got nothing to be scared about. I've absolutely myself. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing here. That's just the bathroom. Nothing there, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. That's just the shower. Never been more scared in my entire life. See, told you, nothing there, mate. Perfect. Come on, don't be silly.
Charlie seems to be genuinely upset, repeating "scary boy" over and over. When Paul asks where the boy is, Charlie leads him to the closet. And understandably, it completely freaks Paul out. So could Charlie be seeing someone or something that Paul can't? You decide. Nathan in Iowa says his little girl has a playroom in their basement, but lately he's been hearing strange sounds from down there, even when no one else is home. He says that sometimes it sounds like footsteps climbing up the basement stairs. So one day Nathan hears some noise and decides to go down to film.
Oh my... What are you doing there? Who are you?
I got you good.
Oh yes you did. Oh, you got my heart good.
Nathan gets a little jump scare from his own daughter, but otherwise everything seems normal. But then, as he takes one last look down the basement stairs, a large ball suddenly flies toward him as if it was thrown by some invisible force. Since that day, the family has moved the little girl's playroom upstairs, and now they all try to avoid the basement as much as possible. Safe at home, scary as hell. So first, let me note, in accordance with YouTube community guidelines, no one in the following clips were hurt in any way. So, Caroline Sasaki had just moved into her new home in Honolulu, Hawaii with her family a week earlier. One night, she's walking casually through her living room when this happens.
You okay? Whoa. Whoa, a rock fell out of you. Whoa.
Oh my god.
What happened? Oh, glass. Oh.
A massive 5x5-foot boulder crashes straight through her wall, missing her by inches, and keeps going, smashing through the garage, hitting their car, and plowing into the bedroom. Carolyn breaks down crying in shock, but somehow she's completely unharmed. No scratches, no bruises, nothing.
Basically, I'm in shock. I refuse to look at the video, so I'm not sure how close, but everybody's telling me, I'm lucky and, being, God is with me. And yeah, I'm thankful.
So yeah, the bad news is their new home is kinda wrecked. The good news is Caroline just dodged what would have been almost certain death by boulder in her living room. Next up, Twitch streamer CrispyMate is streaming live late one night from his home in North Carolina when something happens that shocks him to his core.
Better? I thought so. Okay, well, obviously it's running less at the moment, so it's going to be better. Might...
Bro, I just got struck by lightning. I'm gonna stop stream. Oh my god, dude.
Out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning strikes his house and travels straight through his computer and earbuds. He gets hit midstream, jolted by a shock right to the noggin. He says it hurt, but luckily the lightning only gave him a light shock and no serious injuries.
The gamer, who goes by the username CrispyMate, says he was wearing earbuds partially made out of metal when lightning struck on July 19th outside his Wake County home. The shock inside caught on camera.
When you watch the video back, what did you think?
Yeah, when I watch it back, I'm just very surprised. If you were to take like a gum strip gag toy and just pull it, and you get that little zap, I got both the sensations, then all my vision went white, and then I bolted.
WRAL meteorologist Amy Wilmeth says lightning can travel through pipes and electrical wires.
You don't want to be attached to any kind of device that's attached to a light socket or an electrical socket. Headphones connected to a device that's plugged into a wall, that's certainly a danger in an electrical storm.
So, new fear unlocked, getting struck by lightning while relaxing at home playing video games. Bag of terror. A construction worker and his boss are remodeling an abandoned house when things start to get really weird.
Gente, aquí estamos. Ahora vamos para este cuarto que llevo escuchando cantazos y eso. Uy. Hay algo que está sonando por ahí, brother. Oigan, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Pompi? No, papá. No, chacho. Hay algo que está... Pompi. Mira, tú escuchas eso, ¿verdad? No, yo estoy asustado ya, compi. Hay algo que lleva rato sonando allá adentro y de momento, ¡pam!, dieron un cantazo.
Ya te digo que tú eres de estos que son cobardes, que te imaginas cosas, bro.
No, chacho, yo no puedo imaginar eso, compi.
¿Dónde?
No, y en el cuarto ese, que llevo rato escuchando cantar y pensaba que eras tú, y cuando yo vine a ver, tú estabas ahí tranquilo, recogiendo algunas cositas, y me, chacho, sentí como si me hubieran tocado. No, chacho, yo estoy que no puedo ni hablar.
¿No ves peliculitas por la nochecita?
No, yo no veo películas de esas ya, compi. Vamos ahora en este, compi, en este. Escucha cómo suena. ¿Tú estás escuchando eso?
Está en el closet.
Por eso, yo creo que desde lejos, yo, si acaso. Sí, estoy temblando, compi, yo no sé qué vaya. Cuidado, compi, que si yo algo estaba cogiendo, tú sabes cómo es esto. No. Hija. ¿Qué caramba es eso? ¿Cómo tienen
La muñeca así. Como si estuviera mirando para abajo. Ay, bendito Dios, y sonando ya. Hola, me siento un calentón en este cuarto, compi, no vaya. Aún sigue sonando solo. Oh, y se mueve y todo. Ay, compi, ¿no?
Eso a lo mejor fueron los que eran dueños por hacer la maldad o algo, alguien vino a hacer la maldad, compi. Por eso tú no te puedes poner a darle 20 a eso, porque eso son boberías.
Sí, ¿no?
¿Y qué te lo aquí?
¿Qué bajo ya? ¿Qué?
Y ahí mira una computadorita. Por esto hay que sacarlo para botarlo.
Compi, ¿pero qué es eso, compi?
¿Ah?
Mira, compi se movió. Compi se está moviendo, compi, ¿oíste?
Pero no será el viento.
No, si aquí no hay viento, compi.
Pero con un muñeco feo.
Mira para allá.
While working alone inside, the worker hears the eerie tune of It's a Small World coming from a room. There's a sudden loud bang, so he fetches his boss, and together they follow the creepy melody to a closet. Inside, they find a doll hanging upside down in what might be the creepiest plushie ever. It has an actual full-on baby printed on it. As they poke around the closet, it twitches and suddenly just launches right at them. But is this a real paranormal encounter in an abandoned house? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. It's cold outside, but you can keep warm in some all-new Nuke Stop 5 merch. Now, of course, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs, but we also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves. We've even got stockings and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free, and be sure to order by December 10th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to nukestop5.com to shop now. Or, like whenever you feel like it. Maybe after the video. Front Porch Frights. A family is relaxing on their front porch, enjoying the evening, when something unusual catches their eye. A young man walks past on the sidewalk, but the family says he, quote, didn't look real at all, which freaks them out enough to check their security footage. What they find is very strange. And yeah, the footage is very bizarre. The man looks like he stepped right out of the 1920s. He's wearing an old-fashioned suit and a fedora. He looks almost like a projection, and the cars behind him seem to show right through his body. The family says they were understandably very freaked out, but they say they never saw this man again. Kyla from Oklahoma says that she was hanging out on her porch with 3 friends after a long night shift. It's around 4 a.m. when something happens that creeps them out.
Inside, Kaylee, go. Kaylee, go. I'm not going. He's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me.
What the is that?
The group hears someone whisper, "Hey, hey, hey." Kayla says the voice seemed to come from an empty abandoned shed next door. Everyone is freaked out and they jump up and hurry inside. Even creepier, when viewers watch the video, they notice something else. A faint whisper seems to tell one guy, "Shut the door." Kyla says that strange things happen around her house all the time, but this is the first time that anything has been caught on camera. Tales of terror. In these next few clips, we'll see dogs reacting to the supernatural. Now, to me, pets reacting to the paranormal always seems a little more believable. Because, well, how do you fake a scared dog? And a lot of people believe that dogs can see things that we can't. So, first up, unfortunately this clip was posted without a source, but the story goes that a young woman named Sarah had just moved into a new house. Ever since the move, she's been hearing strange noises, and her yellow lab has been acting terrified of certain rooms. One day, the dog refuses to go down the hallway, so Sarah starts recording. What she captures is unnerving.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
Now, unless your screen is really dark, you probably don't need me to ask, did you see it? Because some dark, misshapen thing seems to twitch and move at the end of the hall before vanishing into thin air. Sarah is so freaked out that she stops recording and the clip ends there. Without a source, we're left to wonder what became of Sarah and her dog, and what might still be lurking in that hallway. Next up, Reddit user Kitten Catastro says her friend got a motion alert from her living room at around 2 a.m. And what the camera caught is strange. On the right side of the frame, a hazy white form seems to float toward the little dog, who clearly wants nothing to do with it. But then, watch closely as he moves toward the kitchen. Another faint mist seems to glide by, and that's when the doggy is done. But what do you think made the dog decide to exit stage right? Let me know. Reddit user SageMan123 says that after his friend moved into an old house with his little Boston Terrier mix Jackson, things quickly started to get weird. There were odd noises, objects moved on their own, and the dog began flat out avoiding certain areas in the house. One day, the owner notices the dog staring into a closet and decides to start filming. What he captures is truly chilling.
Jackson is like laser ass focused on this right now. He won't, like, you alright? I know. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure. Are you f***ing kidding me right now? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Jackson. Jackson. What's wrong? There's banging and stuff. What the f***?
After witnessing all of that, the man says he'd had enough. Not long after this, he put the house up for sale and moved out for good. Creepy Kicks. Workers at Rock City Kicks, a shoe store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, say that weird things have been happening around the shop for a while now. But lately, it started to get a lot harder to ignore. The stockroom gate slams shut on its own. The employee checks it out, but he doesn't seem too concerned. But just a week later, things at the small shop take an even stranger turn. Whatever it is in the store seems to be getting bolder.
It should be pretty close. Everybody else in the logo. Yeah, I'm going, bro. Man, roll pretty close. It's trying not to take too long on myself.
A shop salesman is helping a customer try on shoes when a Nike suddenly launches off the display wall and lands upright on the floor. As he bends down to grab it, the shoe flips away on its own, almost like it's being yanked. And with that, both men just make a run for it. And there goes the salesman dashing past the window. So, is Rocket City Kicks haunted, or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Shadows of Broadwell. The team from the YouTube channel 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions head out to investigate the Broadwell Funeral Home in Felicity, Ohio. It's a funeral home, so it goes without saying that it has a long dark history and a reputation for some seriously unsettling activity. For this investigation, they split up. 2 investigators upstairs, 2 in the basement, and absolutely no one on the middle floor. And that is where things get weird.
This footage comes from the security cameras that were set up. As you can see, a shadow flies by quickly from left to right and disappears. There were 4 of us in the building at the time. 2 in the basement, 2 upstairs. This footage is from the main floor where nobody was present at 11:57 p.m. It is the clear outline or shadow of someone. But the main question is who? Here is a freeze frame. Clearly it is the outline of a person.
One of the stationary cameras on the middle floor captures something strange. A dark, shadowy figure gliding along from left to right before disappearing into thin air. The investigators rewatched their footage later and are shocked by what they captured. So, is this one of the Broadwell Funeral Home's former clients? Let me know what you think. Ingaka. Late one night, a security guard at an under-construction building in the Philippines hears strange noises coming from the upper floors and heads up to investigate. Things quickly take a terrifying turn.
3080p, 68 fps. Parang may naglalakad. Nawala. Yun. Saan na yun? Ay, mo. Oh, shit.
As the security guard climbs the stairs, the video captures strange whispering, a croaking voice that urges him in Tagalog to Hoy, magingat ka, or in English, hey, be careful.
Nawala. Nawala.
The guard says that in the room he entered, a semi-transparent little girl appeared in the dark and started wailing and sobbing. But she isn't visible in his footage. But we can hear her sobbing as he runs from the room in terror. A few days later, the guard claims that he saw the little girl again in another dark room of the building. He managed to quickly grab his phone and snap this picture. Scaryvideos. So these are the videos that I happened upon that are weird or funny or just odd. First up, this one was a toss-up as to whether it should be in the regular list or in the weird videos. But here we are. So someone is at a graveyard and they see this. Now, one thing to notice about this video is that all the other gravestones have snow around them. But these turkeys have been doing their creepy little turkey ritual, or whatever this is, for so long that they've actually worn through the snow around this tombstone. So I don't know what the hell is happening here. But if you know, put it in the comments. Next up, last month was Halloween and people got festive and scared the shit out of each other. Sometimes by accident.
Like literally, that shit, it's you can't do that in October to somebody. Like that is scary as like literally, a Quaker standing at the door in October.
And a viewer replied back with this. That is terrifying. Next, another video in the kinda late Halloween spirit. I give you the creepiest Halloween decoration that I have ever seen.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all for this week. By the way, today marks the 10-year anniversary of the Nuke Stop 5 channel. And I once read that if you do something for 10 years, you are officially an expert. So I am now a scary video expert. Thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for 10 great years. I'll see you next week.